Welcome back to One-on-One with Gabriel Gonzalez. I am your host. Today we are joined by Matt Lewis, the Criminal Justice Services Director. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me in.
Of course, anytime. We love having local people locally who really impact the community. So first, tell us what the Criminal Justice Services Department does here in Mesa County.
Yeah, it's a little known part of the criminal justice system, and we really run 3 different programs in our department. The first is community corrections, the second is Summit View Treatment Services, and the third is all of our community-based services that we provide to people who are in some way involved in the criminal justice system. Each one of those is a little bit unique and a little bit different, but all of them fold under the department.
Yeah, so it's important to highlight, each one of those 3 different, aspects. So let's start with the first one. You said community corrections. Talk to me about that.
So community corrections is a sentencing alternative, and we run a residential facility here in Grand Junction. Usually we run about 150 to 160 male and female people. There are various ways that people come into that program. One, they can be sentenced directly from the court into that program for a period of time, and generally that is in lieu of going to prison. Another way is people coming at the end of their prison sentence and coming through our program as they kind of reintegrate into our community as part of their release plan. And so both of those, we really invest heavily in life skills, things that a lot of times you and I might take for granted, being able to find housing, being able to find employment, being able to budget, those type of things. We provide a lot of hands-on service and run an actual correctional residential facility at the same time, but really provide that guidance, that direction, so that people can reintegrate into our community and become productive members of our community.
Yeah, and sticking with that, how have you seen the people who come out of that, how have you seen it, maybe affect them going back into society before they, if it's before they go into the jail, but after and they go into that process, for a couple of weeks or however long it is, how have you seen it affect them?
Yeah, really they come in, and if you can imagine someone coming from prison, and they've been in prison for some period of time, so they don't have a job, they don't have transportation, they don't often have a place to live. Sometimes they don't even have local support structure. Friends, family maybe have moved, maybe not in a position to help them. And so we allow them that transition time where we fill all of those needs. We meet them wherever they are. We provide services to them and kind of guide them so that they can prepare to kind of reintegrate. And so the success of our people, if you could imagine someone coming out of prison really with no resources, oftentimes they would end up being very unsuccessful in this community, versus coming through our program where we can provide those things to them, meet them where they are, and set them on a path that they will be successful here in our community.
Yeah, I love that. I imagine it's very hard to come out of prison and be a successful member of the community. So that's so important that your department is here. Now that was one. What is the other 2? Yeah,
the next is a Summit View Treatment Center, and this one provides services across all 3, but it is its own entity, and really it's about providing substance abuse and mental health treatment to criminally justice involved people who are in our programs, as well as Mesa County citizens, people who are just in need. We all know in this community that there's just not enough resources for the number of people who need help. And so Summit View Treatment Services was created here at a county level, and it services all of those men and women we talked about that are coming through our community corrections program that might have substance abuse disorder, that might need some level of counseling, whether it be for a mental health issue. And so we either provide it directly on site as inpatient treatment, or we partner with all of our local agencies to get those men and women into our service providers that are already here in the community.
Yeah, another resource basically for those people who are in that situation. And the third one, talk to me about that.
So the third one's our community-based services, and this would be people who maybe have been charged with a crime, but have not yet gone to court, but need some level of supervision ordered from the court while they're awaiting a court date. This might be people who are diverted from a court process and are in need of maybe some life skills, some investment in case management, so that they can be successful. And if they show they can be successful, then the court would be more lenient or even dismiss some of their cases. And so in that program, there's a myriad. We also do useful public service. So anytime the court orders anyone to perform public service, they do that through our office. We do electronic monitoring of individuals who the court has ordered that as one of their stipulations. And at any given time, through all of our community-based programs, and that really is anyone who doesn't live on our campus, but receives our services, we have about 2,000 people that we service through that group of people, with 100 to 125 people coming down to our office for those services every day.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. Is there a way that the community, residents, people who are watching this, is there a way that they could get involved with these three programs, or is it more a job?
No, there's always ways, and that's one of our goals, is to connect our clients, the people that we serve, and our community. That's our goal of this program, and so bringing those resources together. If they're interested in becoming part of our program, if they're interested in being an employer that works with some of our clients, if they're a service provider that we've not yet connected with in our community, I encourage them to reach out. And the easiest way is to go onto the Mesa County website, look for Criminal Justice Services Division. All of our contact information is there. It'll steer you towards the appropriate place where that resource might best fit. But we're always looking for ways to partner with our community service providers and make sure that we can bring those resources to the people that need them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you answered my next question on how could anybody get in contact, so you answered it just there with the Mesa County website. Yeah. Thank you for joining me today. We appreciate it. It's always good to learn about the resources that we have right here in our back door, because sometimes we don't know that they're here.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving us the time.
You're welcome. Thank you. We'll be right back after this.